Three, two, one, let's go. All right, we're back with another condensed Go game today, and today we have a fun one. It'll be a little bit longer, so I'll try and fly through it as quick as I can. But we're jumping in behind enemy lines today. We're going in to enemy territory, and we're going to try and get that kill, get that capture. So let's just dive into it. Black has the first move, playing as 8K, Fisher 69. Way to go. And I'm 8K at this point. So 8K versus 8K. Black with the upper corner, upper right-hand corner, I should say, at the 4-4, and we're into it. Okay, so I played down to the bottom right, bottom left. Oops, what happened there? There we go. And we're just getting into it. So nothing too crazy for the first little bit. Pretty standard. We each take a corner. I jump in on the left-hand side there, try and build a little bit of a base. As we do, sneaking out a little bit. That's an aggressive move. I like that one. G17. He's built this lineup out here, right? Kind of inferring that he wants his whole upper corner, but there's way too much space up there. We're not going to let them take that, so we jump in. Ooh, he plays kind of aggressive defense. Jumping to, instead of securing, the left-hand side and putting a stone in here, to force me out this way, he has done the opposite and gone to the right-hand side, saying, hey, I'm going to circle you right up. So then I push left, thinking, hey, there's probably still some space over there. We'll see how this works out. Not a lot of space. Definitely have some battles in here. Right now, not looking good, I'll be honest. If you look at this white group, not many liberties. I can't really squeeze out if he plays right here at the H16 spot right there. And I can't make two eyes up here. I can play there at the G19 and I'll get one eye in here. So right now, not looking great, let's be honest. But a little bit of defense, sneak my way out, and he threatens to cut me off. I say, no way, Jose, and we are out. That's huge. So now this group is all going to be connected, right? If he goes there, I can play there. If he goes there, I can play there. He can't cut me off at this point. And now white has spilled out, so I can kind of get out at this point. I'm not totally boxed in. Still not a great situation. I am on a run, let's be honest. But that's okay. The downside of this group, by throwing in there, is now he's got a pretty decent looking chunk up here in the upper right-hand corner. Looking pretty solid. So we might have to attack that while also defending this string of white stones. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, look at that. I'm doing that right there. The very next move, I'm saying, hey, maybe I'll jump up here, but I'm also extending at the same time. Kind of a 2-for-1. He cuts me off, and this is looking slightly better. Maybe I can get an eye in here. Maybe I can get one in here, something like that. Still running this group because it doesn't have two eyes. Still not totally safe. And black can play defense and also offense at the same time by kind of sealing up that right-hand corner and forcing a wall for my white string there. But apparently I was content enough to jump over to the left-hand side. This group was looking a little bit threatened as well. Gives myself a little bit of cushion there on the left-hand side with that move. There we go. So that left-hand side is looking solid now. I think that'll live. A way to get a few eyes in there, no problem. Bottom left-hand corner, same thing. Not a lot of territory, but you'll take what you can get, right? And again, this left-hand side is looking decent. I'll definitely get one eye in here, and I can probably get another one in here somewhere. So that one's probably safe. Bottom right still needs a little bit of work, but again, this one is in trouble. I don't know. I can still sneak out, but not looking amazing. And we'll forge on. Sealing up the bottom and the bottom right there. Oh, there we go. Stop right there. So this is where it all begins. Take a snapshot. Remember this moment. We're at move number 90 in this game, and this is where it starts to get wild because we are jumping in behind enemy territory, behind enemy lines right here. The safe move would have been to play right here at Q4, but I forego that and jumped out further. And by doing that, I'm threatening to cut this stone, this group of 2, this group of 3. There's this 2 over here. And I'm going to add some chaos into here because my group is probably going to be fine. I could use one or two more plays to make sure that's safe and I have the eyes in place and I can't get killed off, but by playing up there, I mean, because I can also play off this group here on the bottom center of the board, pretty solid. There's not much he can do there. He can impede a little bit from the left, but I'll be able to make two eyes in there, maybe even sneak underneath. But these three I'm threatening, those two I'm threatening. So this is where it all begins. And sure enough, he says, no thank you, cuts me off. I have to respond down here or he's going to put me in double Atari and kill those two, one of those two stones off. And by doing that, he would end up taking that whole thing. So I have to leave that stone right now for itself. And he thinks he's, you know, making a smart move there, which honestly is not a bad play. In a lot of circumstances, a similar move like this, I like doing that sometimes. But because he's only got two here and he's only got two liberties, this gives me the chance to put him in Atari while still sneaking out. He's got to respond. I get that extra move. Now I'm out of that little box that he had here. I've snuck out to the top. He can still put me in Atari, as he does. Pushes me out. He could kind of ladder me up there. And actually, let's just see. Because if you play a ladder, let's just play it out. It would be like this. Did I have the foresight? Yes, so I would have ended up here at K13. It would have connected to this group, which is honestly not in great shape, but I probably could have, I have one eye up here. I probably could have made another eye in there somewhere. So that would have worked out. He wouldn't have killed me off with the ladder. He chooses to save that single stone and connect with that lower group. Gives me another free move to come up. Now I'm under way less pressure. I got 1, 2, 3 liberties for this group. I'm threatening this stone here, and in turn then threatening this group of 5. And this group of his there, 5 or 6 stones, not looking great either, right? He's in a bit of trouble. So he responds, save the single stone. All of a sudden I pounce on this group. Now he's down to 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties for this group of 6 stones. That is in trouble. So he puts some pressure on my single stone, as you do. I say no thanks again. Here's where we get crazy. He puts me in Atari. He wants to battle. He knows there's some trouble brewing in town. I don't know what the end of that was. Anyway, I have to respond to that single. Atari, don't want him to take that. Puts me in Atari again. So now things are looking a little dicey all around. I have this group here, not looking great. He's got this group here, which is down to 1, 2, 3 liberties. And if he does connect to this stone, he only adds another couple. So he's in trouble there. This 2 of mine's in trouble. This one of his is in trouble. This corner of mine isn't totally safe yet. So this is where it's, it's chaos kind of down in this bottom right-hand corner. Whoever can get a kill or get a win or get a capture down here is going to win the game, because so many other little battles are cascading off this. Like, do I have the corner? Maybe, maybe not. Is this group safe? Maybe, maybe not. Is this white group safe? Maybe, maybe not. This group here of his, probably safe. He can sneak up and maybe connect and end up with a pretty big chunk up there if he plays 1 or 2 moves in there. But there's a lot riding on this corner. Pretty much the game. So he puts my little group into almost Atari. Only 2 liberties left for this group of white stones, right? I say no. Put some pressure on his 2 stones. He's got to run out. And then I go back to this group of his. This group of 6 stones, 7 stones. He's down to 2 liberties now. What's he do? Whoops, get out of drawing mode. What's he do? He goes down, which is, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to put pressure on these 2 and capture them, and then that would maybe work. Not totally sure it would, but I don't allow that to happen. Push left. I push left again with that group of 2, recognizing, you know what, these 2 are more in trouble right now than these, so let's extend it and not allow him to connect around here, right? So that means that this group is still in a lot of trouble for him. He tries to get cute over here and think, you know what, maybe if he can kill off a different group of mine, that'll save this group. I don't think that works out because I just take him. He puts my single group in Atari, which, fair enough, because you think you'd play here, but then he goes here, I go here, and then he goes here. That group is toast. And all of a sudden he has won that whole corner. So I completely ignore that and I attack this group of his. I say, you know what, you can take that single stone, but with 2 more plays, I'm going to kill off your whole group here. So, interestingly, he doesn't address either one of those. He jumps over here and starts attacking this stone. I don't think that's the right move here. I don't know what the right move is, because this group it could be dead. I don't know if he can even save this. He could connect, but then he's got a pinch here and a pinch here, and he's in rough shape. So, but he could attack this. I think that's probably what he should have done. But instead, he goes over a little bit to the left. Don't know what he's doing. I sort of defend there. Okay, there we go. That's a decent attack. He puts this group into Atari. Only 1 Liberty left. I have to come out. He sort of pressures that group again by capping off that escape hatch there. Oh, I don't know if I like that move of mine, because he can cut me off, as he does. Very next move. I should have probably played there at M9, just for the safety, because look at this. This big group of mine only has 2 Liberties left. I think the saving grace is I'm planning on killing this group, which makes this group safe regardless, right? He's down to 2 Liberties. What do I do? Oh, so fair enough. You know what? I put him into Atari. He can put me into Atari, but I'm going to kill him off. So he's got to respond to that. Gives me 1 more stone to come out. Puts me in my single stone into Atari. So again, this whole corner, this is still totally in flux. This is all chaos. Whoever wins down here still wins the game. This hasn't been decided in like the last 40 moves, because it started at move 90. We're at 134 now. And it hasn't been decided yet. So this is still, still going on. Battles within battles within battles. It's kind of a cascade, right? A capture cascade, if you will. But let's play on. So, all right. So he doesn't want me to connect up there. That's a solid play. Threatening to cut me off, and also trying to say, hey, you can't connect up here. So this group of yours is still going to be in trouble. Meanwhile, this group of his is now in trouble on top of this group, right? This group of 4, probably safe. He can sort of connect up here, but getting on. So I don't allow him to cut, and then he wants to put pressure on these stones, down to 2 Liberties once again. What do? We put the pressure on this group. He's down to 1 Liberty. He can't come out. That was a smart play. I'm just going to quickly back up for 1 second, because I could have also put him in Atari by playing here, right? Down at the bottom. Then he's got to go here, but then he's got 2 Liberties again. Meanwhile, I only have 2, so that's just too dicey. By playing here, I put him down to 1. I can kill him with the very next move. And I'll just get these 2 later. But it's just ensuring that this group's dead before he kills off this group. That's important. If he killed off this group first, I can't kill this one off. Everything goes into chaos. So put him into Atari. He just ignores it. He puts me into Atari, but the very next move, bam, we take it. So all of a sudden, this whole bottom right-hand corner is now decided, right? I got the win. I got the kill. So now this is totally safe. And Bob is your uncle. That's all mine. And I can start to sneak out this way, put some pressure on this group. He's kind of got this black group here. This is still wide open. That's there's a lot of space in there. I can jump into the 3-3, or I can jump in here somewhere. But at this point, I've probably won the game because of this right-hand corner. We got a kill of, how many stones is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 8 stones, so that's like a 16-point swing. And not only that, but it just ensures that all these other groups are going to be safe. So that's the big win. It's not even so much the kill; it's just the safety, knowing that I have this bottom right-hand corner, the confidence to move forward without having to play defense. And so let's just fly through the rest here. That was kind of the big couple moves. That was like 50 moves of chaos, right? In this bottom right-hand corner, from move 90 to 150-ish, 50, 60 moves. And now it's just going to be sort of solidifying what is left over, and I like this. Throw in, feels risky, because I mean, you're pretty much encircled already, so we'll see how that plays out. There we go, I like that. So I don't like how he responded necessarily. He's saying, hey, you can't connect through to this group, which actually, now that I mention it, This, let's just redraw this. This group is in trouble still. This doesn't look great. I can still get an eye up here. I don't have a second eye yet. That group's in trouble. Maybe I can sneak out. Maybe I can kill something off here and connect up to this bigger group on the bottom right. But that's something to keep an eye on. This group is not out of the woods yet. But I like this. We've got the 3-3. All of a sudden, what looked like this could be all his corner, I definitely have some pressure up here, right? It's looking like, hey, maybe I can make my own little base up there as well and steal a lot of that back. But no, he cuts me off right away. So I should be able to get something up there. I'm probably not going to get all this. All right, so that's solid. I got this upper right-hand corner, which is decent. That's like, 4, 8, like 10, 12, 13, 14. That's like 15, 16 points, something like that. That's pretty, it's not big. Same thing as down here, but if you can get 15, 16 points, I'll take it. This group here, not really a group, honestly, not looking very good. He's probably going to kill those off. And again, this group still in trouble. This group isn't out of the woods. So, play it forward, Sam. Who's Sam? All right, so we're not addressing that at the moment. He's trying to get it cheeky here down at the bottom. I don't think it's going to work. I can kill these two off. I can kill those two off. He can split me here because this group on the left doesn't have to connect to this group on the right, so it's not a big deal. I wouldn't worry about it. So that's pretty safe. Getting some stuff there on the left, connecting up. That's nice. So this is all one big group now, right? Because look, that group's dead of his, so I've captured that. This is all one group. That's solid. That's real nice. That's what we like to see. Big groups are safe, and you can put some pressure on some other ones. You just don't have to be on the defense. Solidify that up a little bit. Okay, so now we're getting back to this group, and this is interesting because, again, not alive yet. So how does it play out? I'm trying to reach it over on the left. Okay, we're playing, this is part of it, right? We're putting some pressure in here. His group of black stones around here, they're pretty loose. He's got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, a couple here, and none of them are really connected yet. Like, I can maybe capture either a stone or some space in there. Maybe I can do something. Because again, we need a second eye for this group. And I think, see, we're trying to make a leap here. We're trying to connect over here, and then maybe, hey, maybe the second eye is over here, which would actually save this group by connecting, and then get 1 eye up here, and then this just becomes one big, long, skinny diagonal group. Does that happen? Probably not. I bet he blocks me, sure enough. Put him into Atari. Sure. Yeah, not looking great. Honestly, I think if he was a better player, he could have killed me off because I know what happens here. And it's been open for a lot of moves. We're just ignoring it, and we're shoring up the other chunks of the board that don't really matter right now. Oh, he ignored it. There we go. That was it. This move, K16. If he had taken that, I wouldn't have gotten this eye. This eye is critical, and it's been open. Like, these couple spaces here have been open for like at least 50 moves, and he could have killed me off because now I can get an eye up here or here, and there's nothing he can do. I got my second eye, right? Like, if he had played that a little differently, I connected there. He just ignored and played over here. If he had played there instead of there, I think he would have killed me off because I can't make an eye. Maybe I can jump in here still. I don't know. That still feels pretty sketchy. But I do end up connecting. Interesting. That's cool. So then, because this little group over here on the right was probably toast. I think it was dead. But we got 1 eye here. We're going to get another eye down here. We'll get another one up here. Ended up having 3 eyes. This is one long, skinny group, but it's going to live, and that seals the game up. I'll just fly through the end here. None of this really matters. Bing, bang, boom. estimated score, we both pass at this point. 160 some odd moves in. White by 55 points. That's a big game. And just look at it, right? We got this huge group extending from the bottom right-hand corner all the way to the left-hand side of the board. Massive. Little group down here in the bottom left, I'll take it. Another little group up here, bottom right, I'll take it. And then last but not least, this group that was in danger the whole time. This little skinny guy that stretches all the way from the upper part of the board to the right. So end up with only 4 groups, one huge one, and this one could have been dead. He could have killed that group off. So anyway, but it really came down to this bottom right-hand corner, right? That's where it was up in the air. I could have won, he could have won. Didn't matter. Whoever won that battle was going to win the game, I think, regardless. Although, if he had killed off this group, that would have been interesting, right? That's a lot of points. He could have made things interesting by killing that. That would have been huge. So, might have been enough to swing in his direction because... Oh, man, I don't know. Can we go back and look at that, actually? What do you say? What do you say? That was... You know, you've come along this far. Let's do it. Let's just... play it out, see what happens. All right, so I'm going to take control of his play and say he goes there. And now let's estimate the score. Because remember, I was up by 55 points. Not much else has changed. If the computer thinks that black now has that section of the board, which he does, oh, black by 32 points. That's a massive swing. That's an 80-point swing if he had have played there. I thought it would have been close, but it actually would have been a blowout if he killed that group. So, wow. Capitalize on your opponent's mistakes. Maybe that is the message today. I don't know, because he could have won that game. Fischer 69, you blew it, so to speak, right? Damn. Okay, well, that's a good game. A lot of back and forth, some chaos down in the corner. I liked that. Sneaking in behind enemy territory to get that win down there. And that's where it came from, right? Instead of playing it safe down there, I jumped over, I think it was like this stone right here. I jumped a little further than I needed to, and I just put the pressure on him, and it worked out. I ended up winning all those stones. So sometimes a little risk, you know, you play edgy. Sometimes that pays off. You get the risk, you get the reward. You can also lose, but sometimes you have to take a chance. You know, you gotta, you force that chaos. You want it to be a little bit nuts, and today it paid off. So until next time, we'll see you next time, I guess. I don't know. Let's go.